The Samsung Galaxy S25 series is rumored to be unveiled on January 22nd at the highly anticipated Galaxy Unpacked event. While leaked images haven't shown any major design changes from the Galaxy S24, all eyes are now on the hardware upgrades that might grab our attention. And it looks like Samsung's got something interesting up its sleeve. New leaks suggest that Samsung could be ditching the old 8GB RAM and 128GB storage setup for the upcoming S25 series. A few weeks ago, we saw a version of the base Galaxy S25 with 12GB of RAM, and now it looks like that could be the standard for all S25 models worldwide. According to a source, the Galaxy S25 will come with 12GB of RAM as the new base configuration. Gone will be the days of the 8GB variant. Now, 12GB will be the entry-level option, along with a hefty 256GB of storage. So, the most affordable Galaxy S25 will pack 12GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage, a huge leap from the previous flagships that started at 8GB RAM and 128GB storage. While it's not 100% confirmed that the base model will have 256GB storage, it seems pretty likely. Samsung hasn't shipped a flagship with just 12GB RAM and 128GB storage in years, so it would be surprising if they went down that road now. This move is pretty similar to what Google did with its Pixel 9 series, which also bumped up RAM to support AI features. With all the new AI and generative tech we're seeing in phones today, more RAM is essential for smoother, faster performance. 12GB of RAM will definitely help improve Galaxy AI features and performance, making everything faster and more reliable. Plus, with mid-range Galaxy devices already packing 12GB of RAM, it makes sense for Samsung to make it the new standard across their entire flagship lineup. The big question now is whether Samsung will roll out the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip globally, or if it will stick with the Exynos 2500 in some regions. The Exynos 2500 looks solid and offers big performance boosts over the previous version, but it probably won't quite match the Snapdragon 8 Elite in raw power. It'll be interesting to see if Samsung keeps prices steady or raises them in exchange for these upgraded specs. So, what do you think about the new RAM and storage setups for the Galaxy S25? Alright, folks, let's dive into the full specs, design details, and expected pricing of the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S25 series to help you figure out which one might be your next smartphone. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any updates. We've got a lot to cover. First up, the standard Galaxy S25. The Galaxy S25 is set to rock a 6.36-inch dynamic AMOLED display. This screen isn't just pretty to look at, it promises improvements in brightness and color accuracy that will really make your content pop. You'll get a 120Hz refresh rate along with HDR10 Plus support and a sharp resolution of 1080 by 2340. Plus, it's all protected by Gorilla Glass Victus 3. So, durability is key. For selfies, you've got a 12-megapixel punch-hole camera up front, while the rear features a triple camera setup, including wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses. The exact sensors are still under wraps, but we can expect some solid photography capabilities. Under the hood, the S25 will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in the US, while global models will have the Exynos 2500 or MediaTek chipsets. You can choose between 12GB of RAM and storage options, ranging from 128GB up to 1TB, all using speedy UFS 4 technology. This beauty is equipped with a 4100 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging. And yes, it'll come with all the modern connectivity options you need: 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. It's launching with One UI 7 based on Android 15 and is expected to hit shelves starting at around $800 in January 2025. Next up, the Galaxy S25 Plus. Moving on to the Galaxy S25 Plus, this model features a larger 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED display with the same fantastic brightness and color improvements. You'll also enjoy a 120Hz refresh rate with HDR10 Plus and a resolution of 1440 by 3120, all wrapped up in Gorilla Glass Victus 3 for extra protection. Selfie lovers will still get that 12-megapixel punch-hole camera, and the rear camera setup mirrors the S25 with wide, ultra-wide, and telephoto lenses, though we're still waiting on specifics for the sensors. This one's also powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in the US and Exynos 2500 or MediaTek chipsets globally. You'll get 12 gigs of RAM with storage options of 256 or 512 gigs, again using UFS 4 technology. The battery gets a boost to 4900 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging, and all the connectivity goodies like 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband support. It's launching with One UI 7 on Android 15 and is expected to start around $1,100 in January 2025. Now, let's talk about the star of the show, the Galaxy S25 Ultra. This powerhouse will feature a 6.9-inch dynamic AMOLED display with the same stellar improvements in brightness and color accuracy. It also boasts a 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus, and a stunning resolution of 1440 by 3120, all shielded by Gorilla Glass Armor 2. For selfies, we're expecting a 12-megapixel camera, with some exciting rumors hinting at it possibly being the first S-series phone to have an under-panel camera. On the rear, you'll get a quad camera setup that includes wide, ultra-wide, telephoto, and a periscope lens. Again, specific sensors are yet to be revealed, but we might get a new 50-megapixel ultra-wide lens. This flagship will be powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 across all regions, and will come with 12 gigs of RAM, and this time you might also get to see a new 16 gigs variant and storage options of up to a whopping 1 terabyte, all utilizing UFS 4 technology. The battery here is a robust 5000 mAh battery that supports 45-watt fast charging. As with its siblings, it will support 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7, and ultra-wideband, and it's set to launch with One UI 7 based on Android 15. The starting price? Expect around $1,300 in January 2025. Overall, the Galaxy S25 series looks promising, with some familiar elements from its predecessor, but also exciting enhancements, especially with the Ultra model. The exclusive Snapdragon release means we should see some solid performance improvements across the board. The new design of the S25 Ultra is a refreshing change, especially since previous models had a similar look for a while. Plus, there's a lot of focus on AI, with the collaboration between Samsung and Google, which means we can expect some cool new features at launch. While those of you rocking an S24 might not feel the urge to rush out and upgrade, anyone with an older S model or those considering their first Samsung phone will find these devices very appealing. The launch is still a bit away, but we can expect plenty more leaks as January approaches, and I'll be here to share them as soon as they pop up. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.